G'day, Sam.
Hey Tim, how's it going?
Good. Sam, you took Trellis data through the DISP assessment process. What does that involve?
Yeah, so first of all, we need to understand what the actual requirements are for DISP, and then it's just a matter of making sure your documentation and controls meet those requirements.
Trellis Data's recently launched a tool, recognising that there's a lot of work involved, to try and make that process a lot smoother. So how does that work?
Yeah, so we built this DISP Assessor tool, which basically is designed to provide an assessment against the DISP entry-level requirements and whether an organisation meets those requirements.
So how does an organisation use it? What do they have to do?
Yeah, so it's really simple. So first of all, they just need to collate their documents and their evidence, and then they just upload it online into the tool.
So some of the documents that you might upload are things like security governance policies and procedures, workforce screening procedures, business continuity and disaster recovery plans, risk registers and stuff like that. These documents can be in various file formats as well, so things like docx, PDF, Excel, etc.
And so once the tool has read all those documents and assessed their evidence against the DISP requirements, what do they get back?
Yeah, so they get a DISP Assessor report, which basically just outlines key findings, so areas of high risk where they might not be compliant, and then some recommendations to address to help them get DISP ready.
So that sounds pretty useful. How
Absolutely.
would a document like that have helped you when you were doing the DISP assessment process?
Yeah, so I suppose just understanding areas of non-compliance or areas where our documentation isn't up to scratch, so then I can focus on those areas to maximise time.
So it's a report really to help you kind of narrow down what to prioritise and how to sequence through those priorities.
Absolutely.
Great. Can you take me through the report now?
Yeah, let's go.
So help me understand, we've given each of the controls a risk rating. So how do we define the different risks?
Yeah, great question. So basically anything that's rated as high has no evidence or minimal evidence. So the documentation is missing or there's no logs or something like that. And then things that are based as medium are sort of like a partial implementation. So there might be some documentation that outlines a part of the control, but not the complete control.
And in the case of low risk?
So that basically means that the tool has assessed the evidence and says that it's compliant with the requirement.
I see. So let's go to a specific control and maybe you can help me understand exactly what you get back in the report and why it's useful.
Yeah, absolutely. So if we look at this example, the requirement is to establish and maintain policies and procedures around overseas travel and travel forms.
Mm-hmm.
So in this particular example, the supplied documentation does not contain any travel register or briefing forms or related procedures. So there's a gap in the evidence. So that's why it's been assessed as high.
Okay. And in addition to the description, we also give customers a recommendation of what to do next, don't we?
Yeah, that's right. So in this particular case, we've said develop an overseas travel register and accompanying travel briefing procedure. So basically just draft the documentation that's been missing.
Mm-hmm. Can we step through another one?
Yeah, absolutely. So in this particular example, the requirement is establish and maintain policies around ongoing assessment of personnel. So even though the customer has uploaded evidence of security awareness training being conducted, there's no explicit policy or evidence of continuous assessment. So that's why the tool has assessed it as medium, because there is some sort of evidence, but they're just missing some.
I see. So does this particular control come with a recommendation as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So in this particular case, the tool has recommended for the customer to develop an ongoing personal assessment procedure that defines frequency and scope, that kind of stuff. So again, it's sort of halfway there, but it just needs a little bit of tightening up around the edges.
One good thing about the tool is that if you forget to upload a document or say you've made some changes to an existing document, you can always upload it to the tool again and rerun it on that updated data.
So Sam, this looks really helpful. It seems to me that basically what the report's doing is it's prioritising for the person who's doing DISP those controls that look like high risk, and it's giving them some steps to action. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for taking us through that. It's really helpful.
No worries. Thanks, Tim.